Hey guys, this is Bankai reporting live from the Nexus, and today we're talking Robert Pattinson and the upcoming Batman film, which is being directed by Matt Reeves, I believe. And real quick, I just want to jump right in and say Robert Pattinson has been doing everything in his power to wash away the stain on his career. That is the Twilight franchise. Mind you, it's also a stain on his bank account, and I'm sure he doesn't mind the latter, but he has understandably been trying to prove to the industry and to fans that he is, there's more to him basically than an emo vampire in a silly and twisted fantasy novel. I use the word novel loosely there, guys, targeted towards teenage girls who are so overcome with hormones that they are compelled to take this infantile drivel seriously. I say that to say, if you're shocked that the upcoming Batman film looks promising with Robert playing the titular Cape Crusader, then you simply haven't been paying attention here, guys. Not only has Robert Pattinson been trying to strengthen his reputation as a solid actor and an artist in his own right, he's also been doing an incredible job at it, actually. I mean, am I a fan of his films? Not really, no, but there are some good films in there, guys, and we're talking stuff like High Life and the super artsy fan favorite Lighthouse and others I'm sure I'm missing, because like I said, I'm not a super fan of these films. Most of them tend to be a bit too artsy for my taste. However, I know good films when I see them, and while they're not meant for me, they're definitely a step up from Twilight. You have to realize, if Robert hadn't been putting in work like crazy, his name would not even be considered for a role like this one, guys, and it's really that simple. Now, will the movie be good? Well, that's really hard to say. However, if we take a look at the minds and talents behind it, we might be able to make an educated guess. Now, we know Robert is a competent actor, and judging by what we've seen in the trailer, he is pulling off the younger, more brutal and more emo Bruce Wayne just fine. The action is visceral, and the film has overtones of a murder mystery, serial killer-esque type thriller with some political intrigue thrown in there for good measure. The way some of these scenes are presented in the trailer, it seems to me that the film captures some of the essence of Zack Snyder's Watchmen, which is my favorite Snyder film, by the way. Now, outside of Robert, the director we have is Matt Reeves. Now, this director is something of a mixed bag for me, but overall also competent. In fact, he directed my favorite vampire film of all time, the American remake of Swedish film Let Me In. So already I know Matt has experience with telling dark stories and taking mythologies that are sometimes watered down and presenting them to you in a way that is raw and grounded, but still retaining that sense of intrigue and aspects of the fantastical, if a tad dark. That is what he accomplished in Let Me In, and judging by this trailer, it seems he definitely has the right idea in how to pull this off in the Batman film as well. So overall, I'm confident. I think the biggest threat to this film may be the screenplay. So I took a look real quick to see who actually wrote this iteration of the script. Okay, so we have Matt Reeves, who is writing this alongside Mattson Tomlin. And how interesting is this, guys? I looked up Tomlin, and he worked on Project Power, the Netflix original, which I must say is a bit fucking bland, guys. It's a bit boring, but I mean, sometimes these creatives write proper material that is later, torn apart by producers and studios and rewritten 10,000 times. So I mean, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. That script doesn't necessarily have to reflect this guy's talent, because that's just how the industry works. Furthermore, Matt Reeves is the main writer, and I'm not sure what to say about that. I know he didn't write Let Me In, so I'm not sure how much faith to really have in him, as the one film of his that I really love was not an original film, and he didn't write it at all. So I'm not sure what to say about his screenwriting history. I would have to really single out all these films and look to see if he was the writer of the strongest films in order to really put that together. And honestly, guys, I don't really have time for that. And in any case, even if he wrote 20 incredible films before this, obviously that doesn't mean this one would also be incredible. But what do you guys think? Will Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson pull this one off? I'm a bit optimistic, honestly. I have faith in Matt Reeves because while I said he's a mixed bag for me, I don't mean, he mostly does bad work or most of his work was, or half of his work was bad to me, really. The thing is, most of his films, I just didn't really care about them, even if they were okay, even if they were good. I just personally didn't care. The one film that I really got emotionally invested in was Let Me In. I think that's a really, really great film. And, even though I'm optimistic, I mean, we won't really know until the film gets here, guys. So I guess I can just leave that right there. By the way, remember to like and share this video and definitely hit subscribe unless, of course, you're a waste man. That's right, guys. I don't make videos for waste man. Until next time, bang, kai out.